It's been several hours since the crew of the Coyfish have left the Coop. Currently sitting in lower orbit around the planet Ix, over the mega city known as Gimbal, a mega structure built around 40 various cooling towers, each couple hundred meters in diameter. Around each of these towers is built the city, stacked layer upon layer built into the side. There's buildings, ledges, pathways connecting multiple neighborhoods to each other. All of this travels through several hundreds of stories down towards the ground and inner surface of the planet. Plumes of smoke alight from the top of these towers up into the atmosphere, reaching the horizon, which breaks into the blues and purples of the outer space. Voel, this is what you can see looking out from the cockpit of the Coyfish. How's Voel feeling in this point in time?
He's glad that he's not in the cell anymore. His past few months have not been fun. Being locked in, being caged up, essentially. Now that he's back in his seat, piloting his baby, he's almost feeling at peace at this point, despite the stress of the last couple of months. But despite all of that, he is still a little bit conflicted, because Alvin is still on the ship, and he hasn't really approached anyone about it since. Just kind of taking his time to process what exactly might be going on and what that relationship might be.
As you're processing all these thoughts that are running through your mind at the moment, there's a small buzzer coming from the doorway. There is somebody requesting access.
Yeah, go on. I'll let them in, I guess. I'm guessing it's not one of the other two, given they probably wouldn't need to buzz for access.
True.
Yeah, so, come on in.
As the doors swoosh open, a small Caxel walks into the room. One you haven't seen for about a month's time. He's carrying a little container. He walks up to you and goes, "I'm sorry to interrupt. I know you've probably got a lot to catch up on here and stuff, but I figured I haven't had the time to probably come up here and thank you for what you did. My kin and I are very appreciative of what you were able to do."
My pleasure, little guy. Sorry I couldn't get there sooner to help the rest of you out. The one that got zapped, is he okay?
Oh, yeah, he's they're doing quite fine. Your doctor on board here, he's pretty good at what he does. He's up and walking about now. Very proud of him.
Yeah, he is good at what he does.
Yeah, and I know you've been down there for a bit and might be craving this, so as a bit of a thanks, my kin and I whipped you up a little something, and he hands you a small container that has food inside.
Do I know what this food is?
Yeah, you tell me what he's made for you.
Oh, that is...
This is world building.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I don't know, what he thinks I would like. We're not really friends at this point. Did he just,
Sure.
look at Bird Person, here is a bowl of grubs, Birdman, enjoy.
Seeds. Just seed mix.
It's trail mix that he took all the fruit out of, because he wasn't sure if the sugar was good for me.
Too much sugar for birds. Can't give them too much.
It's just like a thing of bird seed.
Well, you tell me what you think it is. Keep in mind, you've come from the Coop, so this is maybe a hearty meal of sorts, something that you've probably not had for a while. Help me build the world. What do you think they've made for you?
Alright, so I don't think these guys actually know Avali all that well. I think they've made something that they would consider rich and helpful and healthy and good and enriching, but then again try to make it bird dinosaur person. So I like the idea that it's a very rich, almost creamy rice broth that they've just thrown bits of random meat and seeds into, being he looks like he eats these, and this is stuff that's nice for us, but they're not going to mesh as much as I think they would have hoped.
Do Avali eat meat?
Yeah, I didn't think there was anything specific that they don't.
I don't think we've established anything yet. I was just curious.
Oh, then yeah, no. We have a very we're omnivores. We eat pretty much whatever is available. Very much like humans in that front. We'll find a way to make it edible, but it's gonna be like a very thick broth that they've tried to like make. It's almost like rice pudding in texture, but then thrown in with like seeds and meat they've tried to cook through as well to kind of make it savory and different. Being like, yeah, like best of both worlds kind of deal.
It's like a risotto.
Not gonna lie, I would eat that.
What, you wouldn't or you would?
I would. It does sound like risotto, but it also sounds like savory porridge that like, you get in like Korea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of the image I've got in my head at the moment.
Yeah, I think that works. And you're right, these are 3 caxels that have only met you for maybe an hour about a month ago. So that's fitting.
And there's no like chicken. There's nothing avian in this. It is all non-avian. It's all non-avian animal meat in here because they're worried it'd be like my cousin or something.
That's actually quite fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a good question in that regard. Are these species like, do they share common ancestors with animals that we relate to be similar to them? Like Avali and birds, or Yuguar and bears? Like,
Yeah, there's definitely similarities. Like, evolution has split off in different ways. They may not have split off from like the same type of birds that we have here on Earth, but yeah, whatever the equivalent of those birds and dinosaurs were on the Avali home planet.
It's like a cousin of a cousin of a cousin of a cousin
yeah,
of a
it's just
stepbrother.
really making me think, right? This is like, what's avian? Avian's an Earth thing, and like,
Exactly,
like,
yeah.
would you be going to like a random planet and seeing something that's like vaguely humanoid? Actually, I guess you would. If you saw something that's vaguely humanoid and people start eating them, you'd be like, nah, that feels a little too much like cannibalism to me.
Well, it'd be similar if, like, the beast of burdens are the ones that we'd probably use for food rather than the people or the beasts or the animals or people who are actually walking around running the planets.
There is a
So,
very pertinent and good episode of BoJack Horseman that covers that exact premise.
Oh, fair enough. There you go.
It's very disturbing. Yeah.
I do not doubt that.
Alright, so that's at the episode of this chapter. It's Seed and Feed.
Love it.
Make it so.
There's not much facilities to cook with here. We don't have like a galley or anything. But yeah, we kind of guessed what you might like. Has to be better than whatever it is you're eating down there.
I'm grateful. Thank you. And I take like a giant like spoonful? Question mark?
Sure.
Whatever cutlery they gave me, I fill it up with whatever they get with the food, and then I put it in my gob. And like I make a big show of eating and enjoying it, so they don't feel bad about whether or not it's good or bad.
And I'll leave it up to you if you think Voel actually enjoys it or not.
Let's see. It is delicious. The fates have decided it was delicious.
Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 6, where's it right?
On a scale of 1 to 6, I rolled 12.
Damn, that's really good. You eat it all and just beg them for more food.
Yeah, no, this is really good. I'm surprised by how nice it is. I was expecting it to be awful because it didn't look pretty. But then, like, after that first mouthful, I'm like, this is actually really, really solid. And I stopped pretending to enjoy it and actually start enjoying and going, like, eating very vigorously.
Well, I'm glad you liked that. Well, whenever want some more, feel free to come find us. We're just hanging out in our quarters.
Thank you, yes, please. Wait, your quarters? Where are you guys staying?
We just got one of the spare bunks. It's nothing fancy. But, we've been here for a bit.
Did you just insult my ship?
Well, the quarters weren't really furnished when we got here.
I'm joking. Thank you.
He's got like a little bit of a panic on his face, like he thinks he's said the wrong thing to upset you.
I'm joking. Sorry, you'll get used to that with me. I didn't catch your name.
I'm sorry. My name's Janu.
Janu. I'm Voel.
It's yeah. I've heard a lot about you. Your crew speak highly of you.
Okay, I don't believe that for a second.
Between 1 to 6, how highly do we speak of Voel?
Well, they said you're a good pilot, at least. I know those 2 other caxels were talking very highly of you.
Oh, yeah. They're great. I love them to bits.
Yeah, so I'm glad you enjoyed that. I just wanted to say hi and thank you again. If you need us for anything, we're going to be here. We don't really have much more else to do. So, and he's kind of very nervous at this point. He's trying to think of something to say. and it's just not quite getting there.
Well, I'm glad you guys are okay.
And with that, there's a buzzer on the communicator coming through, just to jump through that tension and quietness. Looking at it, it looks like there's a call coming from the landing bay.
I answer it.
Hello, what's up?
And as soon as you say that, all you get is... There's a bit of scratching noise, and then another...
Just what does Ark want?
Oh man! I was gonna say at least he's not using the Transylvanian voice anymore, but fuck.
Hey, Ark, is that you?
Who's lit that pigeon on speakerphone?
Is there a visual aspect of that transponder from the communique from the landing bay, or is it just strictly audio?
That's actually a good one. Do you think there would be a video between here and the landing bay?
No.
I know we have said there's like that little green screen video for outbound calls.
No, I doubt it. I think it would just be like intercom kind of stuff here. It wouldn't be necessary to have holographic video or whatever.
But you're getting a Yuguar trying to communicate with you. Definitely does not sound like Ark.
Yeah.
I haven't met the other two, have I?
I think you've walked past them, so you know they're probably on the ship.
Okay, 1 for yes, 2 for no. Is there trouble?
Shit. Okay.
That's a yes, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then there's like a sound of like the communicator is like being passed between them and someone else, but there's no voice coming out of the other person.
Yeah, okay. Does it look like there's danger around the ship at this stage?
That's a good question. Do you want to give me a dice roll for it?
Sure.
I believe this would probably be a study roll if you're looking about and trying to assess things.
Can I interest you?
Go for it. What do you want to interest me in?
So, helming the ship, right?
Yep.
My ability to fly the ship and position it in such a way to get as much of a view around me as possible. So I'd be using the various facilities, cameras, and the like that would surround the ship to kind of get an idea of what's around me.
Just to add to that as well, I'm assuming you were helming the ship prior to the other individual coming into the room.
Yeah.
So you would have already partially been paying attention, I'm assuming.
Well, yes, you're definitely flying the ship, so you've been helming and flying.
Otherwise, could I interest you in a scrap roll? I punched the initiative.
Well, don't forget you can spend stress to gain extra dice.
Yeah, if I spend any more stress, I'm passing out.
Good point. You do have a Caxel here that might be able to give you an assist. I don't see this being a helm roll because you're not necessarily flying.
Yeah.
You're trying to study things and try and glean information. But I will let you know you're currently in a controlled situation and you'll get a standard outcome. So it's not going to be bad.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, let's go with that study roll then.
So how many dice do you have?
So I've got no pips in study. I have 1 in insight.
Cool. So 0 for study.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting an assist from Janu. Can help you look at things.
Yeah, okay, cool. Like, I'll hold him up to the glass and like press him against it and be like, "Can you see down that side?"
Yeah, like that works. Yeah.
Just hear them streaking down the window.
Hey, go out the airlock real quick and tell me what you see.
I'll give you 1 dice.
Okay, 1 die, and I need a 7 or more.
I will give you a devil's bargain though.
Not happening. I'm just gonna roll the die.
Okay.
No, actually, no. Sorry, no. Tell me what's the downside, and then we'll decide.
I'll give you the extra die. You're going to spill that meal.
No way. That's never happening. I'm way too grateful for my food. I'm just gonna roll my die, hope for the best.
Fair enough.
I'd rather crash into an asteroid.
Great.
Give me a study roll.
I rolled a 3.
I would have taken it.
It'd be the best damn meal of your fucking life, man.
There does not seem to be any danger around outside of the ship. Everything looks calm. The megacity below has what looks like its usual traffic patterns. Beautiful crystal clear skies. There's nothing above you blocking the view of the stars. Everything is as good as it can be.
Okay, then on my ship-wide intercom that I have near my pilot seat, I will call for the teddy bear and our resident mad scientist and ask for them to meet me in it was the landing bay, they said, right? Yeah.
Yep, landing bay.
Deliberately not saying anything about what I think might be happening, just being like, can you guys meet me in the landing bay? On my way there now. And then put it in autopilot. And with my new little buddy, I'm like, if we're going to go crash into something, call me back. And I put him in the seat. Don't touch anything. Except for this, and I point to the intercom.
And he's like, so definitely not this massive button over here, right?
No, not the massive button, just the little one that says intercom.
Okay, I think I can manage that. And then Voel heads out of the cockpit?
Yep.
Cool. Alright, let's move over to Algernon. Where in the outs on the ships would we find Algernon at this point?
Algernon will be in his clinic, specifically in the back. So I'd say that the clinic is like, I guess, got like a couple of beds in the front where you enter in, and then like a couple of doors, one leading to like his office and one leading to like maybe more of like a dissection, you know, like an operating theater, not dissection specifically.
Now, just to be specific here, this is the science bay we have on the ship?
Yes, which I think is just doubling as like a med bay.
For yourself, it's not the official med bay, it's a science bay.
Oh, two separate ones. Okay.
They are two separate ones, yeah. So I'm happy to say like you've got those tables there set up, but they're kind of, instead of for like medical procedures, they're more set up for experiments on things.
Yeah, okay. In that case, yeah. I'd say that his office is attached to the science bay, and then I guess the med bay is more just like the front public-facing idea of a normal med bay. So like, yeah, he'd be in the science bay then.
And what would Algernon be doing at this point in time?
Well, Algernon has Alvin on the operating table, strapped down.
Yep. Now he is still unconscious.
Yes.
Cue Pornhub music.
There is no couch in this theater.
It's the casting table instead.
Jesus. It's got worse the more we spoke.
Algernon will be studying the extent of Alvin's mutations, as well as running tests on a portion of what was in that vial. Obviously, there wasn't much to go around, but yeah, he's trying to run as many tests as he can without exhausting that supply.
That's a good one to point out just now. I'm going to set up a couple clocks here.
Yes.
The first one will be for Alvin waking up. It's going to be a 4-segment clock.
Yes.
When that fills up, Alvin will be awake.
Yes.
And I'm going to start a second one, which will be a clock for the vial of murky water. It will also be a 4-segment clock. And if that fills up, you're going to run out of substance contained in this vial.
Yeah, okay.
So you're doing this looking at Alvin's, well, where his lack of arm would be. It is heavily scarred. From your medical expertise, it looks like this was a thing that didn't quite heal properly and then got worse and then had to heal again, so it didn't look pretty once it had actually healed.
Who's responsible for this hack job?
We'll never know.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
Well, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Question for you. Do you think you'd have a file on Alvin? Does Dr. Blue keep files on patients?
Yeah, actually, I think Dr. Blue would have probably stolen a lot of personnel files, that anything they deem pertinent to his own personal interest, which is the only reason he was in the Coop to begin with. So when he left, he wanted to take all that research with him, including the files of these previous patients.
So in this time, would you be looking at these files? You're studying Alvin. Is there anything specifically you're looking for at this point?
So Alvin obviously is missing an arm. The first thing I'm checking for is if there are any other sort of like traces of artifact, mutation or transformation on the body. Obviously, the whole point was to amputate to stop this from happening, but there may have been other signs there may have been other effects that are not as apparent or weren't as apparent at the time that may have progressed since. So that would probably be the first thing he'd be checking for.
Let's get another dice roll out of yourself for this chapter. I would say it'd be the study or a doctor roll, maybe?
Okay. Well, Doctor is better for me, so I'm going to go with that.
I'll also let you know the crew still has one gambit left over from their previous job as well, so feel free to use that at some point.
Is it going to get reset after this?
At the start of your next job, your gambits will reset.
I mean, this is pretty low stakes, but if we're not going to use it...
So it's low stakes at this point, you're in a controlled environment, and you're going to get standard outcome.
Yeah, no, I might say there might still be something that we might want to use that for. That'd be a little more important, so I'll hold on to that. And just go with the 2 dice. 4 is my highest.
4 is your highest. I'm going to increase the Alvin clock by 1. So Alvin is now 1 step closer to waking up. And artifact-wise, you don't notice anything left over from the arm amputation. So that crystallization, that obsidian, doesn't seem to have left any trace on his body, but you can clearly see the remnants of testing from other different types of artifacts. You know, the test where he's been holding onto something and there's a little bit of scarring on his fingertips. There's a patch of hair missing from parts of his body, so where it would be naturally, you know, body hair, there's like just chunks and patches missing. Alvin's been in the coop for a little while, at least a few years, and it shows on his body that he has had a fair amount of testing done on him, and clearly not the amazing skills that Dr. Algernon has. It's a little sloppy.
Saying something. Have you seen this stump?
While this is going on, that announcement comes over the speakers, and it's Voel casually mentioning to meet him in the landing bay. Voel, would there be any like secret keywords you would have put into your announcement that maybe only your crew would know?
I would have said please, which is unusual for me. So I would have been like, could Ark and Algernon please meet me back at the landing bay, please? Over and out. And that would have been weird because I don't say it once, let alone twice.
So clearly Vol's time at the coop has taught him how to use manners.
No, it wasn't all lost then.
How does Algernon react in this situation?
Algernon is, and I think I mentioned this earlier, locked himself in the science bay, essentially after my medical responsibilities for like immediate first aid and that kind of stuff were up, and I haven't been out since. I hear that, I do notice the announcement, but I don't give it much thought. I move on to looking at some of this solution under a microscope to see if I can, well, maybe something a little more elaborate to try and gain some sort of semblance of its chemical makeup.
It might also be worth remembering that last time you spoke to Voel, like, he was trying to kill Alvin. He was very upset with you when you wouldn't let him. And he seemed like weirdly cheery when he said your name. When last you spoke of him, he seemed proper pissy at you.
I'm assuming there was something in the tone of how you made the announcement itself to, like, not just not give anything away, but just being like, this is overly more okay than I should be in the way I'm announcing this. Sort of thing.
Nothing wrong here. Just come to the landing bay.
Where do you get that background music? I understand that for sure. I don't think Algernon missed that. Like, I think he's definitely picked up that there is a problem, but he is. This is just like an expression of his obsession. He is locked in.
Oh yeah, fair.
Yeah, whatever's going out there might be pressing, but right now nothing is as important as this research.
Voel will remember this.
And with that, we'll slide away from the science bay to Voel making his way down a hallway into the landing bay. As you enter into the room, you are greeted by 2 figures, one being a really tall Yuguar in a leather vest and duds, and a smaller Varley that you know as Trell.
Trell!
The first thing Trell does is sign to you. Thank God you got here so quickly.
We've really got to put someone down here that can talk. What's happening?
And the Yuguar in front of you is like, oh.
Yeah, I don't speak pigeon.
Okay, first of all...
Trell, can you translate?
Yeah, first of all, is Trell's not a Navali, is he?
No,
Trell is a Caxel.
He's a Caxel.
You said a Valley, that's why I was confused.
Oh, did I? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a Yuguar and a Caxel. My apologies.
Okay. And also, do Yuguars just not speak English or Common, whatever the fuck we call it in this?
This one does not.
Okay.
Yeah, we established that during the rave.
Ah, right, that one. Yeah, that's right.
And we also know that Trell doesn't speak as well. They communicate through sign language.
Yeah, like I said, we really need to put someone in this landing bay that can speak. But yeah, what happened?
Trell signs to you and is like, you should probably come over and have a look at this. And leads you over towards the door of the landing bay.
Oh, God.
And lying on the floor, Ark, when you fell over to go into your way vision, how did your body land on the ground?
When was this vision? This was before we went all ham on the doctor?
So at the end of the mission, as you're entering back in,
Yeah.
we ended the session with you having a way vision.
Ah, yep.
And your body is now currently passed out on the floor.
Ooh.
What a twist.
There would have been one hand still on the heavy blaster. In my mind, I've fallen and been pinned down onto my left side, like partially on my left, and my left leg and my left arm are pinned underneath the heavy blaster or holding onto it as I would have been, and my right arm's just gone limp, draped over it, while I'm just kind of like, almost like if you're in like a side sleeping position sort of thing. So I'm like, not straddling, but still holding onto the heavy blaster in a very straddly sort of way.
Trell signs to you and goes, I don't know how long he's been here like this. I came down with Whiffy just a little bit and found him like that.
Okay, go find Kentucky, wherever he is, get him to go to the med bay. Big fella, do you understand what I'm saying? Alright, can you help me get him to the med bay? I can't pick up this big guy by myself. He's huge. While I'm saying this, I'm going to gingerly get the blaster out of his big-ass paws so he doesn't accidentally shoot someone.
Okay, I'm getting a dice roll here. Ark is quite heavy, and you see that this Yuguar is having some trouble picking him up. What type of skill would you be using to get this blaster away from him?
I will be like trying to like physically manhandle his hands open to get them away from the gun. So probably scrap?
Maybe a scramble?
Isn't scramble more like trying to be zippy, run away versus being physical?
Scrap with an opponent in blasts or physical combat, assault, or hold a position, brawl, fight with melee weapons, or
Yeah, so
wrestle.
Or wrestle?
That's the literally last two words of
You know what? Yeah,
the
I'll take
explanation
if
of
you
scrap.
want to wrestle it
Or
out of
wrestle.
his arms.
Yeah.
You could do scramble. Scramble is about lifting, involves lifting as well.
Yeah, scramble to a position
Yeah.
or away from danger, lift, run, climb, jump, or swim, traverse harsh
Deal's call.
environment.
Which would you like? Scrap or scramble?
Scrap, because I have points in that one.
Okay.
So I've got 2 dice.
2 dice. This is a controlled... you're getting help, so let's go control standard.
Now, just to confirm, I am out, right? Like, I can't counter his scramble, like, competing?
You are out like a light.
Yep, cool.
You are causing the obstruction at this point, and I'll
I
give you
know,
an extra
yeah.
dice because you do have Whiffy helping you.
Now, my vice is pleasure, right? And I take great pleasure in beating up people bigger than me. So do I get to add my +/-2 to that? As indulgent.
What a far fucking line to walk for that one. Jesus.
Now, it is a Tuesday, the sun is pointing from the west side, the
And
wind is
Mercury
going
is
15
in
knots, that does
retrograde.
mean... Yeah,
I'm the
so clearly
I'm
that's
the pilot.
extra
The sun
dice.
can be wherever I want it to be. I'm going to roll my 2 dice.
So many things about that.
You got 3 dice because you're getting help from Whiffy.
Oh, good. I got a 6.
Awesome.
Hey.
Not a problem.
I think it's the highest you roll all campaign.
as you slide this blaster pistol out, flip the safety on and safely get it away from the situation.
And yeah, then I will be trying to help Whiffy carry the big fella. Not like in any kind of way actually being helpful. Like I've kind of got like one leg while Whiffy's doing all of the heavy lifting, but I'm looking like I'm helpful.
Yep, 100%. So where are you taking him?
To the med bay.
So the science bay?
Yes, sorry, I said med bay again, didn't I? Yeah, my bad. It's the science bay. You're gonna put him on the dissecting table.
So basically the same direction that Troll went.
Yeah, more or less.
Question: why would you take him to the science base at the med bay?
We don't have a
We
med
don't
bay.
have a med bay.
Wait, so we don't have a med bay?
We
No,
don't
yeah,
have
we
that
don't
med
have
bay
one.
yet. Yeah, we haven't purchased that for the ship itself.
Oh, okay. So we're using part of the science bay as a med bay, right? I see.
Yes.
Pretty much, yeah. So you kind of got space in the ship for a med bay, but you've not actually put the time and effort into making it a proper med bay.
Yeah,
so
right.
it's kind of like an unusable mess.
Yes.
But for flavour, we've kind of turned part of your science bay into a medical-esque theatre.
Okay. Well, then my first description is probably apt, except it's the science bay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's where we're taking him.
Alright, I'm going to start a clock here for Ark.
Oh,
This will be for Ark's coma.
don't make me pee my pants.
I'll make a clock for that too if you're not careful.
Oh, man.
And this one's going to have 8 segments.
At least it's not an Ark is dead clock. This is fine.
We're getting there. We're
Yeah,
getting there.
I could be doing something else right now. Damn.
Careful, Deshaun. If you wet yourself in-game, you wet yourself for real.
Oh, no. I need some water stat. I need to start drinking ASAP.
Now, this goes an extra layer. If you wet yourself in a dream in a game, you wet yourself in real life.
Just looking for
But if it's
excuses at
the
this
game
point.
version of me or the... Oh, yeah. God.
Oh, you know what? Just put me back in the Matrix. I don't want to deal with this. This has gone too far.
Alright. As Voel and Whiffy hovel down with the very large and heavy Ark in their grasps towards the science bay, let's cross over to Ark. You're currently in this big, expansive wavevoid, would be the best way to describe it. You're standing in the middle of the concept of a crowd of people. You don't see individual figures, you see just the outline of a crowd. There are many people here. Additionally to that, there is one figure standing right in front of you. They're very familiar. They don't form part of the crowd. It is the abstract version of what a person would look like. You can't see their facial features. You can't make out what they're wearing, but you know that's a person.
Kind of like silhouettes and just shapes in general.
Yeah, something like that. And in the last couple visions you've had, it's been that very abstract communication. The last questions you asked was, have we made it there? Are we ready for the rebellion?
Yeah.
And the answer to that you got was very abstract, of like, we're kind of in the place, but not really. Until the very end, where this figure spoke to you and said, you need to find us. As this is happening, you feel yourself in this space. You look down at your hands. They are fully formed. You have everything that makes you you physically is there, except it's kind of like that blue wayish energy. It's not physically you, but it's like your representation of you.
Yeah, it's like a non-corporeal version.
Yeah, but you have details. You have, you look down, you can see the wrinkles in your paws. You can see the fingerprints on your fingers. And then you realize those fingerprints are slowly degrading. They are smoothing out. And I'm going to add one more clock here.
Now, when you say smoothing out and degrading, do you mean like I'm seeing my form meld away, or...
Yes.
Okay, yeah, cool. Like, I wasn't sure when you said fingerprint specifically, I wasn't sure if it was just like I'm seeing bits of my hand or if they are just going completely, yeah.
It's completely like losing all form. You're becoming an abstract version of what you think you would be. But it's very slowly. It's just your fingertips at the moment.
Okay.
But I will start an extra clock. This is for Ark's self-identity.
Oh, Lord, okay.
Jesus.
So this clock is representing you keeping yourself together in this space.
Glad this isn't the trauma continuing episode.
This is the trauma continuing episode.
We never got off that train, boys.
Yeah. There's no brakes on this train.
But you are standing face to abstract face. What do you want to do in this situation?
See a therapist.
Standing face to face. They've just told me... Sorry, can you repeat what they just told me just because
You need to find us.
I need to find them. Do they look to be responding like or reacting to the way I'm looking at myself, the way I'm looking at my hands and things like that? Or are they just another figure that's just there? Like me looking at my hands and things, are they responding and also looking down at my hands?
Ooh,
Haha, the right questions, kids.
that's it. Give me your choice, a study or an attune roll.
Ooh.
You're in control at the moment, and this will be a standard outcome.
Now, I got here during my way coma, or part of the way coma. I sort of... Sorry, I'm playing this out of my head, just thinking how I would...
That's cool.
Because a part of me wants to say attune, but I also don't want to just say that because it's a good stat.
Attune can make sense here. So this is you kind of like syncing up with this being.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, it's me trying to like focus on them, trying to focus on them. Are they here? Are they actually reacting to me? Are they looking at me? Kind of thing. Okay, I'll do a tune. I've got 2 points in a tune, so is it just 2 dice or?
Yep, 2 dice. Again, you've still have a gambit there that you can spend. Unfortunately, I don't think there's anyone around to give you help at this point.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, okay, I'll roll a 2.
Cool. Give me your roll.
A 2 and a 5.
So that is a 5.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to increase your identity clock by 1.
Okay.
Now, don't forget, if you want, you can resist outcomes. It will just cost you stress.
Can resist outcomes, it'll cost me stress. Okay.
Yep. So you'll make a dice roll.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, you were using a tune, so you would roll 3 dice, and it would be 6 minus whatever you roll on the dice. Is how much stress you would take to resist any effects.
I'll take the stress just because, yeah, it's a stressy situation.
So you're going to resist this identity degradation?
Yes. Yep. So I roll 3 dice.
So yep, you have 3 resolve, and tell me the highest.
Tell you the highest. Okay. Ooh, sweet. Okay. A 5, a 6, and a 1.
So the highest is a 6, which means you take no stress to negate this. As you're looking at your hand and questioning this, how do you resist that degradation?
That sort of feeling when you're trying to like... well, for me, I struggle with the cold all the time, so always feeling cold. So I'd kind of like stretch and undulate my fingers a bunch just to try and move them around to move the blood flow and stuff like that. And that feeling of like moving it around and like focusing and like gathering strength or energy sort of thing. And I do that to kind of like hone in and focus and like resolve myself in the moment.
So yeah, as you're focusing on that, the wrinkles in your pores kind of dissipate a little and then they reform. And you're getting the idea that you need to be careful here. You could lose yourself in whatever this space is. Looking about, this figure in front of you, they're not part of the crowd, they're an individual still, but you can see that they are going through that degradation phase. They are becoming less and less of themselves. Looking about into the crowd around you, you feel there are a lot of souls here, and they've all kind of just degraded into being the crowd. They are no longer individuals, they are just crowd.
Okay, do I see any others within there?
It's just the 2.
Okay, no one else stands out, sorry.
Great. So yeah, everyone else is just part of the crowd. If you were to walk down like a city street and you're like, oh, there's a crowd of people over there,
yeah,
that's what they look like.
Yeah.
You don't see individual faces. You don't actually see like individual outlines of people, but you know they're there.
Just to get a broader picture of where I am at, how vast does this look? Like, does it look like there are streets where people are flowing in sort of like uniform directions? Is it just like a giant sea of incorporeal bodies and forms and things like that just out there? Like, do I see people avoiding a corner or something? Like, does it look like this might be an actual location?
There's no streets but there is definitely just like a crowd of people. Like everywhere you look, it's just a crowd that goes on. Watching it for a minute or two, you get the impression that even though it's a crowd, there are people still doing the concepts of jobs, so to speak.
Yeah.
You get the feeling that, like, you know, one person's carrying a clipboard and walking in one direction. Someone else is sitting at a desk or something in another direction. But at the same time, it's still a crowd. Like, you don't see them physically, but you're kind of starting to piece together that the crowd is still trying to hold on to what they had in their normal lives.
Okay.
The person or figure that's in front of you seems to be holding on much better than the others.
Okay.
And they do seem receptive of you.
Okay. I'm going to sort of reach out to them, like at their shoulder, trying to put a hand on their shoulder almost, just asking them, where are you? Just tell me and we can come and get you. We can help. And just sort of pleading with them.
Okay. That sounds like a sway roll to me.
Okay. It's just a 1.
Again, you're in a controlled currently... No, let's kick this up to risky.
Uh-oh.
This is risky with a standard outcome.
Okay.
I think you're starting to come to terms of where you're at,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not something you're in control of.
Okay, so just the 1 die and standard risky. That is a 4.
Okay, there's going to be a consequence to this.
Mm-hmm.
So you're asking them, where are they?
Yeah. Where are you?
So that you can come get them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The first impression you get from this is the space that you're already in.
Yeah.
Like, this is not the real world. This is something that's, I don't want to say magical, but, way based. Then you feel really, really distant.
Mm-hmm.
You are somewhere that's very, very, very far away from everything else.
Is this feeling in relation to me reaching out to them, or just in relation to the space in general?
This is in relation to the question you've asked of where are you?
Yeah, cool.
It feels like you are so very far away from everything. And there's a sense of death, dread, or complete darkness. Question for you is, how well traveled is Ark?
Not overly. Worked on, labored away on maybe a planet or two, but didn't planet hop, didn't explore a whole lot after I escaped. There was a bit of traveling, but I mean, not with the extent of, hey, travel destinations, let's go on holiday sort of thing, yeah.
Fair. But he has traveled between star systems, correct?
Yes, yeah, I mean, even with the party itself, I would have by now, yeah.
Based on what you probably would know, and most people know, getting between star systems is you have to use the jump gates.
Mm-hmm.
Traveling there at a regular speed would be a death sentence. It would take you several centuries, maybe even a millennia, to get from one star system to the next at a normal traveling speed.
Mm-hmm.
This space between the star systems is known as dead space. For exactly that reason. Anything that's out here is basically going to die. You get the impression that wherever this place is, or wherever these people are, they are currently sitting in dead space.
Okay.
But not so far out that they can't see the star systems. So they are still close enough to the Aurelia sector, but they are currently sitting in dead space.
Okay.
And there are a lot of souls here.
Can I attempt to, I had a few visions while we were in the coop.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously dabbling with that sort of extra high from the concoction that I got from Hicks back at the rave. Good times. Can I kind of think about the mindset that I was in to sort of like when I snapped out of those sorts of visions and things like that, and see if I can almost shake myself out of this?
So you're trying to wake yourself up?
Yeah, the temptations and the feelings of the way are good, but it's also all about moderation and balance with it.
Yeah, I think we can try that. It sounds like it'll be an attune roll to try and center yourself and be with yourself in this case.
lot of attunes today.
A lot of rolls for this one. It is a risky situation still. You're going to get standard effect.
Cool. I rolled prior to you saying that, not that that makes a difference.
Okay.
I rolled 2 1s.
Oh, buddy.
Yep.
All right, this is going to be fun. Cool. 2 1s.
I gotta start making a new character.
What a waste of a level up.
It's going to suffer a complication here.
Yay.
Describe for me, like, how are you physically trying to wake yourself up? Are you meditating? Are you doing the, slap myself and, like, hurt myself to wake myself up? Are you trying to, like, run and fall to the ground so that feeling of falling wakes you up?
It wouldn't be pain related. That wouldn't be something that that wouldn't be my first go-to. That wouldn't be Ark's first go-to. It would be some sort of jolt in some way. I think at first I would try and meditate, and losing track of how much time that would take, and the feeling not dissipating, of not opening my eyes again and then looking around and still seeing everything going on. I'd try and find some sort of way to wake myself up, some sort of jolt, whether it's heading for a corner that people are avoiding, like specifically running at that, or trying to get a hold of someone that I just see out in the crowd. Something like I try and force myself to shock to the system without hurting myself, so to speak.
You try to give yourself a shock to the system, but everywhere you move, again, it's like you're trying to do something that's bad around a crowd. Those corners that you're running around or into, they're just concepts, and you just kind of just phase through them.
Okay.
As this is happening, I think you look down at your hands, and where you would see fingerprints, the crevices, the pads themselves, they've now smoothed over, and I'm increasing your self-identity crisis clock by 3.
Oh god.
As your questioning existence and your concept of yourself is beginning to deteriorate into an abstraction.
Yeah.
And with that, we're going to cut back to Voel. Thank you for listening to Dark Cosmos. Don't forget to like and follow the channel so you can keep up to date when we release our next episodes. And if you haven't done so already, leave us a comment. We'd love to hear your feedback. Background music for this episode was from Sasha End, opening banter and credits music by Feslian Studios, sound effects by zapsplat.com, and character art by Handdoc. All the links are in the episode description.